so damn fine.
Yo, what's going on, my purified hustlers? I'm here with that man Steve-O in the building today. Today I'm going to be continuing the Communications for the Nations playlist, where I go into depth about different ways you could learn to express yourself through the means of speaking. So with that being said, today we're kind of talking about packaging, how to package a message for different people, you know. So like, it's Christmas, you can't use the SpongeBob gift wrap for the 19-year-old boy that's about to go to school, you know. Like, you got to use the Black Panther gift wrap for him, and then you got to use the Dora the Explorer gift wrap for the Dora the Explorer aged woman, you know what I mean? So with that being said, packaging.
That Black Panther package.
So today's gonna be different. We're gonna just Steve's gonna kind of ask me about different scenarios and kind of figure out how I would package it for someone in that different situation. Obviously, this isn't gonna be anything perfect or exact, but I'm not the most experienced speaker.
Subject to change should go
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, yeah. I'm not like a 10-year vet in this speaking stuff, but I have gotten in my reps. So I'm going to try to break down the situation and see how I would, work my way through that situation.
Yeah.
So packaging.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I feel like I think a lot of people would like to know what's the best way to approach new people. Especially young men to women, or if you're in a bar or something, or you see someone that you're attracted to, how do you feel is the best way to approach them with not coming off as a creep? Especially if it is a female and she is alone.
Okay, so this is more of like some game. I'm about to put y'all on the game. This is more of that game. So kind of like a party vibe, bar type situation.
But she's alone.
And I'm assuming this is a guy to a girl.
Correct. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, it doesn't have to be. But for this situation, and how to not come off as a creep. Mm-hmm. So I would say I would say keeping it normal. You don't know the person, so there's no exact reason why this person should be on like a pedestal. Even though they look good, they still are a normal person. Mm-hmm. So I would say, generally talking about normal stuff. There obviously is situations where the person just doesn't want to talk to you. Maybe they just don't want to be approached or disturbed, so that's okay. And then you know when to, back off.
Skedaddle.
But generally, most people will talk to you, I feel like. From my experience, as long as you don't approach as a douchebag, people will speak to you. Mm-hmm. So
don't be a douche.
So we have the girl, and we walk up to the girl, and we say, "Hey, how are you doing tonight?" Not that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. If she has a drink in her hand, maybe ask her, "But is she drinking?" From there,
as soon as you buy that wine, I just creep up from behind.
As soon as she bought the wine, I was then behind. Okay, yeah. So, I wouldn't say it's anything more than, we're outside at a good event. People are there to have a good time. So, asking the person if they're having a good time. Mm-hmm. If you're at a band, asking them.
That's actually like something that's really like easy to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like is setting you up for
failure.
No, success actually.
Okay, cool.
Like asking someone, in a very you remember we were discussing like kind of how you can have questions that you already know the answer to. Yeah. They're at a party. The scene is live. They're enjoying their time.
Yeah.
But you ask, "Hey, are you having a good time?"
Or I know that they're generally going to say that.
Correct. And
But if they don't, that might even make for the best conversation. You guys might talk for the next hour after that.
That's true.
So who knows? Literally, that's true. It's crazy. It could go so many ways.
I feel like setting up that sort of disposition puts you in a favorable position regardless. That's a good icebreaker.
For sure. So yeah, just more of a how's it going type of thing. At the same time, I feel like this needs to work for more of a genuine person. Someone who's there trying to be all cool or show off. You might need to say something a little more over the top. If you want to know that, you can subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to know about that stuff, subscribe to my Patreon.
Can't get all the deets for free, bro.
But, you know, like if you could tell the vibe of the person is a little hot, you know, maybe compliment something they're wearing, something. But, you know, this never fully works because, you know, some people, you give them too much validation and then that's all they needed from you. That's all they needed from you, you know? So
as soon as you buy that one, I just keep it from that.
Again, guys, I'm no expert. There's different ways to go about it, but for just kind of taking the pressure off yourself and being a genuine person and asking genuine questions can take you pretty far, I would say.
Okay. All right. So my next thing is you are entering a job interview.
Okay.
Let's say you have some rapport with one of the supervisors or somebody who works there in a higher managerial position.
Yeah.
They could be family, they could be whatever. So you do want to make a good impression for them, you know, because their reputation is on the line.
Okay.
But how do you go into that interview, and what are the questions that you're asking the interviewer to kind of make sure that you're I mean, I don't know how to really word it, but like gauging their interests and keeping them captivated and showing that you're interested as well.
Well, saying that you're like you came prepped, like you dressed how you were supposed to dress, you did all of that stuff. In terms of you, it's funny. I feel like game works with girls and business. Works with flirting with people and business because I think being genuine is going to take you way further than trying to use words that you don't usually use.
Correct.
Or trying to like
be someone
hold yourself up tighter than you usually do. I think just when someone gets a vibe from you that they can express themselves to, then it's just going to call for a more genuine, better experience for the person. So
agreed. Now what if that person is being stiff?
So yeah, that's what I was assuming. So then you definitely don't want to push your boundaries. You don't want to be saying jokes if you shouldn't be. You don't want to be doing stuff like that, but just still make genuine eye contact and speak as professionally as you know how to. You don't need to, if you're already at the job hiring process, you don't need to look at the dictionary for words to say. You know what to say. It's more just trusting yourself, I would say, and paying attention, like responding. I feel like in a situation like that, how you respond is the most important thing. So paying attention to what's being like asked of you and then responding in a way that shows that you trust yourself, but you're not just boasting about yourself.
He's telling you to code switch.
Like it shows that you trust yourself, but it also, you need to show that you are a down-to-earth human. You're a human. So you come with everything that a human comes with, just like any other human.
No, I agree. I think in an interview process, what you want to do is, or what, at least what I try to do, is showcase my talents without saying they're ever my talents.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the interviewer who sits down with me is going to know I'm verbose because I know how to speak. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying rather than saying, like, say, since I do video, and rather than me just being like, yeah, like, I'm a pro guy that does video, I do this, like, saying I helped film this project, that, like, speaking what actual scenarios have happened, rather than just being a guy that's boasting, saying labels of what they are.
Because everyone could come in and say, you know, I do this, and that, you know? But, like, when you start to talk about intricacies of your craft, and people can't ignore passion.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if, like, if I don't particularly love golf. If you put a club in my hand, I'm gonna start getting competitive and want to play. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But if Tiger Woods is sitting across from me talking about how to swing a golf club, I guarantee you I'm going to be locked in.
Yeah.
Or if Tom Brady is telling me how to throw a football, I'm going to be captivated because these people are so passionate by what they do. You know, so I think that if you are passionate about your craft and you try to display that and you try to, try to express that just naturally, I believe people catch on to that. It's sort of a rhythm that they see that, oh wow, like this is not just a job for this person. This actually means something more than that. This is the person's desire. They want to achieve, they want to excel. And I think, we want to see people excel. Not everyone, but like I think when you see passion, it's hard to not be inspired.
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. It's kind of like, even though it's a job interview and it's not like you can necessarily show through your actions, it's still better to go into the actual experiences you've been.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, and my last one for you before I leave you off, Doug.
And you better be like, what would you do when you get pulled over? Like,
no, we
like I'm gonna just have to freeze, bro. I don't know.
That's not gonna help.
Freezing doesn't usually help.
Yeah, just don't reach into your wallet. Okay, so my last thing was, you're at a party, club, bar. Okay, right? Cool. We're back in the fun vibes.
I can mess with this one. Cool.
All right. Now, there's a chick there.
Okay.
Or a female there.
This is a different question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you look to the side, and you see a dude walking towards her.
Okay.
You see a dude. Sorry.
No
you see a dude walking or about to walk towards her.
Walk towards her. Okay.
Now, she's a 10. She's a dime, bro. She's a baddie. She's been with her friends having fun. You've been eyeing her all night. She's giving you a couple of glances, so you know it's okay to approach.
Right.
Are you going to dive in there and run into that girl before that guy gets there? Or are you going to like play it cool and see if you'll have another moment? And if it isn't like that sort of energy, she has been giving you that energy, how do you make sure that at the end of the night she's leaving with your phone number?
Oh yeah, that's the easy one. That's the easy one. Because that's very practical. That's happened.
Talk to me.
So you kind of give me two scenarios.
Yeah, kind of two scenarios in one.
So the scenario where this is the most heated situation.
You got some competition.
This is the one that could bring tension, But me personally, I'm gonna let the guy give his best stab at it personally, and then I'm gonna just make my stab better. Literally, like. But you do have to make sure, like. It is a gamble because maybe his stab was a good stab and she gets carried away with that. And
you don't get a stab at all.
Based off of how intimate they're reacting is where you can decipher if you get a stab at it still or not. Because myself, I guess I am subtly a confrontational person. And you trying and a different guy talking to the girl I want to talk to isn't going to stop me from talking to her at some point. So, keep your eye on her, like,
he said,
you know what I mean?
The bifocals.
Like you in the back of the club or whatever, you got your binoculars on, and you're making sure it's not getting too close, right? So.
And that second scenario where we're trying to make sure we leave with either.
Oh no, I still didn't fully.
Oh,
say
my bad,
yeah.
my bad.
So yeah, I would. One, you need to approach that situation. It doesn't mean you need to go and start talking to her, but if she's around friends, if there's people around there, you probably want to be closer over there so that there is a opportunity for you to interject. And your interjection probably does have to be something funny, something cool, something witty. but when you do that, she will know
Mm-hmm.
that you're doing it because
You wanted to get closer.
so she will be aware of what's going on. The other guy, maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
Definitely hip to that.
He's definitely hip to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be hip to it, but if you don't do it, nothing's gonna happen. That's all I gotta say. If that's the person you really want, and there is competition there, you decided to go to the bar and try to pick up the person that is in the bar. But the bar has competition, man.
This is true.
The bar,
This is true.
like, most people aren't going to the bar for business deals. There are people that are. I said most people.
I don't know, man. A lot of business gets done on the golf
80
course, and
80% of the people that are in the bar are not there for. In fact, I will go higher. 90% of the people in the bar
oh no,
are not
we
there
got
for
it.
business deals.
We
At
got it,
all
we got
times.
it. We got it.
Like I said, I saw your brother,
Business,
and everyone else there was not that. Most of the
but
people
he was.
Most of the people are weekend kids, weekend corporate guys that aren't starting new businesses. They're there to just drink and have fun.
Right, but if you meet somebody,
I don't know what this has to do with it, but we're adding this.
I know we just took a tangent.
Yeah.
I think if you got, like you said, right, you want to be close, right? These guys that are going out to those bars, are they there for business? No, right? They're there for maybe to have a couple of drinks, laugh with some friends, maybe meet a girl, whatever.
Yeah.
But if a smart businessman is never gonna not take the opportunity, or never not going to take an opportunity to shoot a shot, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like there's business cards in the back of my phone.
Yeah.
I don't always use them, but I will never be in a position where I shouldn't or I can't because they're not on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that those opportunities come up in a lot of casual places. The business opportunities come up in a lot of casual places.
I know.
You know?
Trust me, I know it happens, but I would still say, like, if, I mean, like any given bar time that people were at the bar, it would be like, I would say 8% of the people there did a business deal, and 92% of the people partied, got girls, didn't get anything, went home. Like,
That's fair.
I don't know, but yeah, no, you're totally right. Of course,
in that 8% though,
fair. Steve's definitely in the 8%. So yeah, for that situation, the first scenario, be close to the situation, and a parent, you got to look for your time to chime in. Like, people don't, unless, if they're really intimate, they're going to just be staring at each other, close to each other, talking to each other, and then it's probably slow. But it's usually not like that. There's a lot of breaks. There's a lot of times where you would have to still shoot your shot, but you got to really be like that. Steve asked me the tough question, and if I really wanted that, I would do that. Would you?
I like it.
And then with
The second question.
just to make sure that you get it at the end of the night.
Yeah, how do you lock it down with the socials, with the phone number? Like, a lot of people are actually doing the socials more than the phone
If you
number
just want the
nowadays.
socials, you can get it, but that doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
if-
translate.
You would still need, like, it still goes back to how we started with the very first scenario. It still is like, you need to do that. Like, the being genuine and having a normal conversation is way more important than just grabbing the social. But of course, you just have to do it at some point before she leaves. I don't care if she's running out of that thing. You run up to her, tap her on her shoulder, and be like, "You are awesome. Can I follow you? Since that's what you freaking want so bad." like, what do you mean? Can I follow you?
He said, "Can I follow
You
Not around.
Can I follow you, you turpentine? Like,
Not around. Just follow you."
Yeah, I mean, you could get anyone's social media if they want to share it with you, but that doesn't mean you
Translated.
planted the seed that was going to actually get you a good follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the good follow-up still comes from...
Phone numbers?
No, just from
the conversation.
Yeah, from the conversation prior. And, I mean, of course, if she just finds you attractive or something, then...
Well, that doesn't hurt.
Then perhaps it works, yeah. So there's nothing that would hurt from the scenario, but you just gotta shoot your shot. You just gotta ask her, 100%. There's
actually.
Yeah, you just gotta shoot the shot. That's the
Alright.
only way. There's a good chance you'll get the follow, guys, but that doesn't mean anything.
He's like, that don't mean that. Alright, we wrapping up.
All right, y'all. It's another episode of Communication for the Nations. Shout out to my boy Steve. Steve's here, so you know we had to get the OG intellect. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily, but
The OG intellect.
the
But-
OG buffoonery is more like.
But yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe. There's more informative, entertainment, infotainment, all that on the way. With that being said, it's your boy Ike Ude out with another episode of Purified Hustle.
Damn, baby girl, you calling on my line. I might spend time with you until we out of time. Be present, don't just focus on that's behind.